Hello there, Green Knight speaking. I'm doing a second attempt at the end of the Bulge scenario because last time I tried, the computer ate the sound for the first part of the video, and then the second part got sort of stuck uploading to YouTube. So I had one part with horrible sound and one part that I couldn't even publish. So let's try this one more time. Let's look at the briefing first. End of the Bulge, so January 45. So we can expect equipment on both sides to be pretty good. This is a historical scenario, but it's not 100% historical. And when I played through it last time, I spotted a couple of M26s. Strictly speaking, they weren't present at the end of the Bulge here, but I'll allow it as historical anyway. So you need to move those camouflage units you saw all the way over here. These 8 units, you need to move those. Well, you need to get 4 of them, any 4 of 8, into those 4 hexes, and then the scenario ends. There are other units, for example, other auxiliaries. You can see them down here. You can also, well, there aren't true auxiliaries. They are more like temporary units, because if they were auxiliaries, they would count towards your auxiliary limit, and when they died, you could rebuy them, but you can't rebuy these guys. These fellows have also permanently reduced maximum strength, so they are more like a delaying force than any real combat units, but we can look more at that later. You start with 7,200 prestige to buy stuff, and you get no more prestige throughout the scenario. Which actually isn't quite true, because this is relatively important, I would say. The briefing makes no mention of it, so you just have to experience it for yourself. Each time you take one of these cities, and that includes cities that were previously yours, are captured by the allies, but then you retake them. But you can't sort of take them and lose them and take them and still get prestige. You only get the prestige once per city. But you get 1,000 per city, and you can easily take 10 or more during a playthrough. So this 7,000 plus 0 is actually 7,000 plus 10 or more thousand, which is a huge difference, I would say. That's sort of, well, it deserves mention in the briefing, but it doesn't. Enemy gets 0 starting prestige, but high per turn. But as usual, the AI, if you damage something, it can always repair it. That's how these things are designed, because remember, the AI never buys new units in Panzer Corps 2. They used to in Panzer Corps 1, and then prestige sort of had a meaning, but even if the scenario says that I get low prestige per turn, it's usually pointless. Most of the time it's pointless, and in the long run it's always pointless. So high, it doesn't actually mean anything other than that the AI will repair damaged units. It's challenging, I can attest to that. It is quite a challenge. I think you can complete it successfully on the first attempt, but there is no guarantee, and it definitely takes some level of skill to get it right. This is also important. It's mostly clear, 2/3, and when it's not clear, it's about evenly split between clouds and snow. Snow is, of course, super good for you because super good. It reduces your spotting as well, but more importantly, it It prevents planes from flying because the AI has planes, and you cannot deploy planes because you have no airfields and no way to get airfields. So your only defense against air attack is anti-air units. And no, clouds are also good because attack strength is halved, which means even if you are damaged, the AI can at most do a little bit of chip damage. So not that dangerous, but 2/3 of the time you are going to get bombed with the for effect. Briefing begins. This is just role playing, which I'm not a fan of. So we are basically not keeping the Bulge anymore. Should have retreated a long time ago, but yeah, this is interesting because 2nd Panzer Division may already be cut off, but there is definitely ways to unscrew them, and although you do not get any points for getting them to survive, you can use them to make your life a lot easier. Weakened flanks will collapse. Yes, we can look at those weakened flanks. So they have taken quite a bit of damage, but these units can be repaired, and if I remember correctly, they are all overstrength, so we can use thousands of prestige fixing them back up. So you have to be a little bit clever about that as well. Yeah, our gamble in the Ardennes may not have been the victory we sought, but now we must ensure it does not become a defeat we can no longer afford. I can guarantee that at this point Germany can't even afford victories, so they are properly screwed. Yeah. Let's quickly go over the starting situation. So our 8 units start in this corner, and it's snowy and difficult to move. Have a bunch of minor roads and also a bunch of major roads. I'm not sure there were actually major roads as such. But there are some major roads. But anyway, that's not important. Road is mostly road in this context. This is Bastogne, which is a hub of allied activity. You can see they have a hero unit here with unyielding and no retreat. And all these infantry are 101st Airborne. So basically we are playing Band of Brothers. There's a lot of terrain, and there is stuff hidden on these hills, and a lot of units waiting here. So we are definitely not going down the road through Bastogne and then on. That won't work. So there are no other roads going across here. Now there's a lot of terrain as well, but there's a corridor here, and there is a corridor here. So we have to use those to get across. We also want to capture as many towns as possible to keep our prestige up, like I mentioned. You don't have to take everyone, but it's possible if you want to, and perhaps even wise if you can get hold of the prestige. And there is our exit point. Now, when last I played this, I came through here and here, captured this city, and then sort of split up because my movement is limited anyway, and managed to capture all these cities, even this one. But we'll see how it goes this turn. It could turn out differently. So let's look at the forces on the table. Big American force here. British attacking here. There are guys hidden here. I don't remember. I think those are British as well. There's an American force starting in the fog of war here, coming up. So these 3 will definitely fall. You can make some tactical adjustments with these units to delay the inevitable, but sooner or later it will collapse. This one, however, you can sort of use throughout the game. None of these units have to die. Not really, not if you play it smart, and that is because the AI force is mostly concerned about keeping Bastogne. They don't really move on you. So if you pull back, they won't really come after you. Which I think is the only problem with the scenario design that I can recall. Having a blocking force here is okay, but there are plenty of powerful reinforcements that should and could have moved on you as you pull back, but it doesn't. So there's a kind of an exploit there. Here are your 8 units. We're going to look at those. Typical blocking force, you can see from the English. These have plenty of experience, so they're actually good units at 3.5 stars. The enemy only has 2 stars, so actually pretty good scenario design. But you can see the enemy has Cromwell, Churchill with an insane 28 and 4 close defense. Cromwell 4. All these tanks have good close defense, making them hard to take out. For instance, these are Volkssturm, so they can do damage in forest, but yeah. Even the open top Achilles has 4 close defense. Not sure how that works, but okay. Here we can see sort of the quality of the position, and same with these. Americans have only 1.5 stars. British have 2 stars. So there are plenty of units hidden in the fog of war. These guys are encircled from start, so if you don't help them immediately, they will collapse very, very quickly. And I would rather not have that happen. I want to use them as a reinforcing, delaying, city capturing sort of force. So we will try to. I'm not sure we can save all of them. I think I lost a couple last time, but yeah, let's try to save as many as possible. This force has some good and some not so good. This is a double attack Panther, obviously good. This is another Panther. This is a Jagdpanther with ignore zone of control, not great, but the unit itself is very powerful. And you also have a Jagdtiger, no heroes, but it is of course incredibly potent, both offensively and especially defensively. You have the Tiger 2 with both artillery and anti-tank support, so that is a key piece. Anti-air, since we have no planes, that is also valuable, and we have a couple less valuable units. 3N, it has good close defense, so and good soft attack, so it's okay. War Age, yeah, the least interesting, but it has cheap replacement, so that can be a thing. So overall, a pretty good force. This force is Ostwind, not a very impressive. Has no rapid fire, and it has just the one tuning gun. Air attack 12, that's decent. The good thing is 20 ground defense and 10 air defense, so it's hard to damage. We have a Vespa. This unfortunately no anti-tank support, but it's a decent artillery piece anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4 normal Wehr infantry. We have another Panther, pretty good Panther. We have a J. That's not bad. Another J, not bad. And a Jagdpanzer. This one is also valuable because anti-tank. So let's try to save as many as possible, but let's not get overboard. It's just a scenario and you get nothing for saving them, so yeah. As usual, last time I played it, I was too concerned about preserving my forces, not focusing on this being a scenario. I'm not saying recklessly throw things away, but there's a sort of balance between the two. Okay, so I might want to take some of these units across the river. In case pretty congested here. I might want to keep a few to sort of keep the enemy occupied in this area instead of having them go after me. But if I remember correctly, these guys are mostly concerned with the area up to Rocher 4, however that is pronounced. So you don't really get a lot for just staying and fighting. So we have 45 slots and we are going to fill those. I think I would start with 2 pieces of anti-air, and it will be the classic 88. It can double as an anti-tank gun as well, that can be significant. And 2 of these plus the Ostwind and especially this Wirbelwind, I think that can be good enough. That is good enough air cover. I actually managed to kill 1 enemy plane last time it attacked into anti-air. It got really damaged and then I had 2 or 3 anti-air. Get a bit lucky and finish it, but don't expect to shoot down any enemy planes. Mostly for just keeping them at bay. So, didn't I put them in my... Yeah, they are here. Okay, I purchased them. That was not my plan. I was just going to stick them in my basket. Okay. Anti-tank, yeah, it would be great, but I don't think I can afford it. Tanks also I have enough of. I do not have enough of is recon. So there are basically 2 choices here, I think. Although this can fight in close terrain, that is interesting, but it only has it's a very limited offensive. There are only 10 of them. Remember, there are not 15 strength. So, but this one has good defense, and it has rapid fire, so it is very effective against softer targets. This one is a lot better because it has some utility against armor, but mostly armor is much too tough for this guy to tangle with anyway. They will have multi 20 something defense and have 25 to 30 hard attack, so it's going to get creamed. I think the most appealing aspect is having high air defense. I will actually take this one, which is significantly cheaper, but it has rapid fire, so it will get 15 shots against soft targets. And you might, well, the lower air defense is a weakness, but on the other hand, that can help draw fire away from more valuable assets. And the cheaper cost means you can more easily replace any losses. Yeah, that's my thinking anyway. I will take one of these bridging engineers. It could be that it's a waste of slots, but why not? I think maybe if I do this, it can be strength 16. Yeah, why not? I quite like these Volksgrenadiers, and I do actually think I want them to have the maximum mobility, so I'm going to shell out for the more expensive 250/1 because it has speed 8 instead of 6. It has a higher ground defense as well, but that barely comes in. Mostly for a little bit of extra movement. Not entirely sure if it will be worth it, but last time I played with this one and I had this idea that those extra prestige might actually be worth it. But sitting here now, I am actually not so sure about that, but okay, let's try it. I will have one of these without any trucks. And that is 28 slots already, so now we must fix the big flaw in our army, and that is a lack of artillery. This one I absolutely love because it has high attack ratings, fairly good mobility, not so good snow. Range is poor, ammo is very bad, but one of these gets off 20 shots, that is stunning. It also has decent defense. This starting to get bad. I will have one for the... It has both anti-tank and artillery support, so that's useful for supporting your infantry. That leaves us with 6 slots, and after some thinking I've decided to risk taking one of these. I think that will unfortunately draw a lot of air attacks, but I want to play with... This is not exactly the same unit mix as before, but it is sort of related to it. So now I have what seems to be very little prestige, but remember, I can get more prestige from helping out these guys. Okay, this one needs to go up here. This one needs to go up here. Or maybe this way. 2, 3, 4. I'm not sure. Well, anyway, I will do this because I did that first. This guy will go onto this hill, I think. How much is half track? 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. 2, 3, 4. No. 8, 3, 6. But it could probably be occupied by enemies before I can go that far. So, yeah. Something like that. We can see, we saw it while setting up, that the next turn was going to be snowy. Will not all. It could be cloudy, it could be sunny. That depends on the random number generator. There are pros and cons to starting in snow. The con is that initiative is capped for infantry, and that accuracy across the board goes down. So your artillery pieces here will do less, and you see less, of course, as well. So actually, I think it is perhaps better to start in cloudy weather. Is probably the best. Sun doesn't do anything for you. You just get bombed. So having a first turn or two as clouds would be ideal. Okay. So my friend here is going on top of that hill. This one is going here. Sets up a kind of protection. This is going to help out these guys. This one just goes down here to have a look. This guy goes over here. Goes through the forest. And if you absolutely want, you can shoot at one on first. Even if it is kind of pointless, since you can can never really damage them or kill them or yeah. But okay. But now from my previous playthrough and from the setup section, setup is always in sunlight in clear weather, so you know what's going to happen there. So I need to hit these guys as hard as I can. Not a lot of kills, but I did get some suppression. Yeah, didn't do much, but the important part is to get them here. Then my grenadiers can come here and make them surrender. Now you can go on to moving these units, or we can finish sort of this section. We need to establish sort of a perimeter here. This guy needs to come in here. Try to do some damage. Now we need to shift some of these units around. I mean, it's tempting to just move around here, but going to work out too great, I think. I can set the anti-tank gun here. It's not a bad position. This one is most vulnerable to bombing, so having a little bit of base entrenchment on it can't hurt. Base entrenchment is 3, so it will I think it will meaningfully impact yeah. Now this one could be left hanging here in the clear, but as you can see, that will definitely mean that it will be cut off. Could move down here. That will mean it gets attacked in the forest. As for close defense, so. But like I said, we can probably not save everyone. Now I want to try to move the most important units first. The slow ones. This is the Hero Panther. This is the Jagdtiger with the very powerful unit. The Tiger 2 with artillery and anti-tank support, also powerful. Second Panther. Jagd Panther, that one is also important. One needs to move. Okay. This is about as good as it gets. If you remember, they have units here, and we have units here, so they can move forward and circle you again. I'm kind of hoping they won't, that I am enticing them to sort of attack this one and do some stupid AI stuff, moving to the river or something. That can happen. Started to pull back here. Yes, let's get this one out. These 3 looked good. This one could move back to get anti-tank support, but I don't think it will be very meaningful. It could alternatively move into the forest here to make things take longer, but then this one gets more exposed, so there's not a whole lot of point in doing that. I mean, I'm somewhat less impressed with having units standing in the open like this. I feel that I will quickly get surrounded. I think anyway, might be. There's also something about how quickly the enemy can get to you. If you move forward, they can get to you more quickly. So maybe this one now actually dies faster than it otherwise would. Same here. If I move forward, they can probably catch me just quicker. I think that is all that I can do for turn 1. No replacements here. So we're ending that turn. Here comes a recon. The Calliope. Pretty reckless behavior. Yeah. That's a good shot. But next turn will be clear, and then I don't think this will go so well. So it attacks here, there, yeah. Okay. And this go into the forest. Okay. That was also not expected. That went a lot better than last time. Last time I think I lost a tank because I left it in this hex. I think one of my infantry. Yeah, this infantry got pushed down here because with no tank here, this guy attacked into this hex. But now the only damage I took was 1 strength here and 4 strength there. Okay, I think I can live with that. Kind of hoping I could sort of use my super fast grenadiers to reach this before, but engineers are just, they are too close anyway, so there was no way to get there. Yeah, I feel surrounded already. There isn't anything I can do. This is open terrain. Use 7 to fix it up. Tempting, but no. Have too much close deep. Leave those guys. Same here, same problem. This one is going to get bombed next turn. This is worth it. I can choose maybe to fall back 1, but then this infantry will go straight for this one, so I think I will stay, I think. Yeah, this one got captured. There. This is the most complex situation, so I will think about it. I haven't decided what to do yet. But here I will definitely take the chance to try and kill this one. Took more effort than expected. There's not 38 or 72 cost. I might as well use the 72 because then I get to keep 3 stars. These guys all have 3 stars, so they are not insignificant. One only has 2 ammo, so I'm not shooting now. It's tempting to pull this one back, but I don't think I will do that, because if I do, this one becomes more exposed. But on the other hand, maybe I want that. We'll have 2 support fire. This one has 6 ammunition. This one has 2 ammunition. And it has 11 hard attack, so we'll do this. Where are my anti-tank? Jagdtigers and double attack Panzer. That should be okay. Ah, kind of hoping it could attack, but won't be able to circle it. It has entrenchment, so it won't retreat. Now the question is, should this guy hang out and help out here? No. Changing my plan midway, which is not smart. This I have looked at, this I looked at. So everything there is okay, so now I'm only postponing this. Oh, definitely have to move one unit here. No, because I can't get this silly artillery there. Neither can this guy. This one has no anti-tank support now. But if this one wants to come down here and attack me, I think I'm pretty good with that. I think I want to go down here with this friend. Have any other artillery? So I can take this one out of the forest. Now I have artillery support on everything. Yeah, of course I took damage. And he has high prestige. I'm just going to heal this guy to keep his experience up. So now the question is interesting. Where does this artillery piece go? Goes here. This is good because it can actually put suppression and kills on even tough armor. See? Firefly, that's pretty nasty. And the Cromwell is nasty enough. This is an A3, it's not a bad tank. The Chaffee with no retaliation, that's also not good. That's good on the defense. This looks more like a blocking force that's not so interested in going forward. Yeah, I think this is all we get to do this first turn. And now I have left this hex, but the plan is to take it back briefly so we can get the 1000 prestige from it. So let's press end turn. Oh, something happens. Oh, that was actually not so bad. Last time I played, I had the ones with high anti-tank rating, and it seemed more reluctant to attack them. Yeah. Okay, so I am encircled. Yeah. There it comes. Yeah, I think I can recapture that hex very easily next turn. Quickly dying here. It's okay. What? Oh, this one I did not see coming. But on the other hand, it's not wrong to have the AI surge forward. And it's also fun to see that things do not play out like I remember. Oh, onto the river, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly as predicted, and the Firefly came out to play. The AI is a little bit careless with where it puts, but then again, maybe I won't be able to do much. Maybe not. Okay, this guy is encircled, so I might as well move it forward. I mean, it's still encircled, but this is tempting, but the idea is to give it a lead replacement. It's just to make it survive as long as possible. Too much, but this is acceptable just to make them let. No, it will still be this I think is going better, but now his infantry are closer, so I'm going to fall back one step. This poor guy almost died. Why can't it run over here? Sure. So slow. So incredibly slow. No, wrong unit. Panzer. And we get our first prestige boost. Park this one here so it can benefit from, can afford that. I need to think. I would send in this one instead, since it is more. Yeah, that worked out well enough. Fifth places. Good one. The problem here is I can't really capitalize anything. Oops. The start interruption there. Actually, I will do this instead. Want to put this one over here. Ooh, hard choices. the fight is going reasonably well, I think, but very easy to become bogged down here into a prestige draining slugfest. Where I do have a problem is in this area, because now this Chaffee will come down here and be unpleasant, and I don't really have an answer for that. Actually do this, get those prestige and then retreat, because as I guessed, this one had originally captured this hex, but the attack too tempting not to, so that was a very easy victory for me. I will probably now retake it with this Hellcat, that will then get stuck up here. That's not too shabby. Oh, the question here is no, because too much artillery support. Now I will do that and do this. Off bad. And I actually will fall back a step. Let's see what happens. That was entirely predictable and nothing I could do about it. Hey, I shouldn't park his artillery next to me like that. But it's okay because he pushed me back and got rid of me. Fair enough. Lasted until turn 3. Artillery support should be fine. Goes for the victory hex. Good shot. Oops. Yeah. No, it sent other anti-tank unit back to capture. Okay, that's fine. Even better. So he only had one decent attack. That hurt my feelings. Now I'm not so pleased with giving those Panzer Grenadiers or Volksgrenadiers those expensive half-tracks. Should have kept them cheaper. Okay, that is collapsing as well, but it will not die until next turn. While this group is, well, I can't say that they are doing fine, but I can repair it. I can repair it. Oops. Yeah, well, got feisty there. Need to get him into a city. So now we can start to pull out in earnest, but I think it would be easier to just follow the road out. We have already established presence here. This is the Tiger 2 I want to send over here. Excellent. Excellent. Stabilize. These I can just repair for really cheap. Goes to help out over here. Can't capitalize on it, but not too shabby. I can start moving this one as well. Good coverage here. Good coverage here. This was silly. And I could go there, but I think I'd rather not. Just gonna some prestige there. Now, this one is not worth giving elite replacements to. Just a meat shield, actually. But the Jagdpanther, I think it is useful to give. And the same with the double attack Panther, but it costs me a lot of prestige. Now these two got elite replacement, actually. This will probably mean that this mosquito does not bomb something more valuable. It could have been here because then it has artillery and anti-tank support, so that would be good for this guy. I can't have nice things. Yeah. This one might die, I hope not. You can see they have repaired everything I have damaged. Too bad I couldn't kill them off, but well, you don't have full control. Let's finish this, then there will be a break. Nothing really happens. That's pretty feisty. Like I said, that guy is very exposed, but yeah, maybe will survive actually. Yeah, I couldn't get to it with enough units. Goodbye. Yeah, won't do any damage. It's bombed. Don't see why it doesn't bomb first, then artillery, then ground attacks, but... Oh! That hit hard. I think this is it for my guys. Definitely. No, they are not gone completely yet, but surrounded, so go back a step. Go back a step. Not going to help, but surrenders. Fleet replacement, very expensive. Artillery and anti-tank support. Keep replacement. Now I have put way too many units over. The same problem as the last time. So, how much do I want to spend on them? And this looks very scary, but last time I played they didn't want to move, so it wasn't so scary after all. This is the wrong one. This one should be here and this one should be there, but okay. Let's see what happens and then take a break. Oops. But okay, the road is now open, so this will work out well, I think. Yeah, that finishes him off. Knowing next turn. Let's remember this guy. Yeah, I'm back. Let's see if we can clean this up a bit. The Jagdtiger. Starting to run out of funds, but normal replacement, normal. I lose a star. Okay. Oh, wait a second. One has artillery support. It's a little bit tight, but wait. Oh, wait a second. That was not my plan. I had a plan before I had a break, and the plan is this. That's the plan. Good. Massacred by a bridge engineer. That has to be. Volksgrenadier. Or yeah, okay. I need to capture another town soon. Yeah, only lost these delaying forces thus far. That is good. I've used quite a bit of prestige. I'm not sure if it's worth keeping this guy alive. Okay. Three killed, 7 suppressed. It did 0 damage. Again. Doing very little damage. Oh my god. I like it. The enemy attacking during blizzard. Can't see any of these supporting units. Okay, turn 7. I think I'm starting in a relatively decent place. Get rid of that one. No, that's not right. No. No. I play too much with perimeter control. No. Yeah, let's keep the guys together and well protected. Could still get hurt pretty severely. There's not really a big point in attacking here because I have nothing to follow up with. If I did, or if it was encircled, it would be a different matter. This is very different from the last time I played. Last time I didn't really go out. Very interesting. Opens up the field a little bit. I was kind of hoping this one could reach all the way over here, but I don't think it's a problem. Look at this traffic jump. Quite significant. And why is there a... Okay, that's an artillery unit, yeah. We have a few of those. Not a good idea. Okay, so I'm done with this part, and I'm done with this part. I need to block these guys, also an artillery unit. I think I'll come down here, go up on the hill. Pretty good AA coverage and also snow. With artillery, they should be able to do some useful stuff. No, yeah, why not? Why not? Okay, there is too much going on. Coming down here. Oh, wait a second. Okay, see what happens. That's a good shot. Still hurt. Yeah. Oh. That's some interesting choices. Huh. That did not go according to plan. That's a surrender because I don't have that many movement points. Very tempting to encircle this guy. You can see I have nothing here to back him up with. All my artillery is down here. So instead we will fix him up. Very much running out of prestige, but okay. Can't have everything we want. I will get nothing for recapturing this, by the way. Let's see what happens. That happens. And then that happens. Yeah. AI getting a little bit... remember they have 4 close defense, so it's not that bad. I just don't want them inside the forest because my infantry is not yet in place. Yeah, very limited what he can do in damage. This should be just fine. You can see these Americans, they are pretty aggressive. Last time I played, everything happened here. Now everything happens here and here. I think I was the 3rd army. Yeah, these are other units, offensive units. These are the garrison for Bastogne. So this won't move further, and if you remember these units that were hiding here, they also, I think, will not move much further. Now I can use this one to put him on the forest and kill him. It will snow next turn, that is interesting. Mm-hmm. I think we managed to extract them rather well. I need prestige. I think I will do this instead. Should be fine anyway. And totally ambush stuff. To be a firefly. Yeah, definitely a firefly. That was a weird move. Ah, that's a weird move. No, around here. No, wait. Wow. Okay. This one has a hero, actually. Nice. Like I said, you do not get that extra prestige multiple times. So it's just that once. I think we can say that we are at the point where we have the scenario well in hand. Played out quite differently from the last playthrough. And one of my complaints on the first playthrough was that I was sure there was relatively low replayability value, some but not great, but this has played out quite differently, so good thing to play it one more time. Develop completely different. Yeah. You did that last turn, AI, it's not smart. Yeah, these guys are kicking ass. The British plane that base from this corner here are now more or less out of range, so not going to be much of a problem. And these guys, they don't want to advance beyond this point. Ah, that was sad. But worth a try. Oh, this is completely empty. Wow. That's somewhat surprising. I have bad air defense coverage here because I rushed everything up here to try and kill that mosquito, but okay. Because now I'm going to get 1,000, 2,000 relatively easily. Okay. Sorry. I forgot to move an entire portion of my horse. I because I forgot all of these guys. Oh, it was engineers, so it actually did damage. Interesting. So it's snowing, yeah. No, no, no. Normal rocket. I'm not commenting a lot because there isn't all that much to comment about, really. I can reach it. Yeah. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. If you want, you can continue the fight here, but it is ultimately pointless. No, historically a disaster, but not in this scenario. It's a good scenario. It's a good mix of offensive and defensive. There are some tactical puzzles. There is a lot of difficult terrain. To start, you have to choose good units, and you have the option of rescuing the trapped division. Which I think was relatively useful, but I think also you can just ignore them and spend all your prestige and activities on the main force here. But you can see I have tons of units and lots of prestige, so it's a good scenario. I definitely recommend it. This is probably not the only way to play it, but there aren't very many. You cannot go through Bastogne, I'm certain. So you have to go through here, and you kind of have to capture the city for extra prestige, and I don't see any reason not to rescue the trapped division. And also, since defenders of Bastogne are pretty passive, I also don't see any reason why you shouldn't pull your unit out of there. So there is that. No, but things could play out a bit differently depending on how you move and the enemy moves and how lucky you are with your back rolls and that sort of thing. I've played it twice now, and I might return to it later. I think it has decent replayability value, but and despite not losing any units other than the holding units, I do agree that it is quite challenging. I really had to think many times, especially during setup and the early turns, but also during the big battle here, and sort of this is the pivot point. But once you get through here around turn 10 or maybe as late as 15, it's also no problem. You don't have to stress. Then the route to the extraction hexes, it's pretty open. And I definitely think it's easier to follow this route than the route down here. But taking this down is definitely doable. There is no point taking this. You can just engage the enemy to keep them occupied if you want, and then take out these guys and send 4 units down here. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.